Guys, so something you really need to know. Over the last several years, there's been this creeping barrage, I would say, of a slow encroachment of the global elites, slowly telling you why you shouldn't be eating meat, why maybe you should be eating bugs. So who's behind this? Where's the state of it right now? Let's start with, just a couple of years ago, this report comes out from WEF saying 5 reasons why eating bugs can help with the climate change problem. Now, what this causes is a trickle-down effect throughout society. You slowly notice things like, oh, this video pops up earlier this year of the school teacher telling a student, hey, you guys have to write an essay about why eating bugs is good for the environment. And if you see this video, the student asks the teacher, can I write my essay about why we don't need to eat bugs to save the environment? The teacher says, no, there's only one right answer for this topic. So who's giving these instructions? Where are these marching orders coming from? I'll tell you who in just a second. But this also explains why people like AOC are saying, oh, cows are bad for the environment because of their farts. Their farts are leading to climate change. Oh, we need to take land away from farm owners. That's why you saw in the Netherlands, farmers had their farmland taken from them at gunpoint and they were protesting over it. So, and it also explains why maybe Bill Gates is now the largest farmland owner in the US. Is this a coincidence? Hell no. So the reason I'm bringing this up now is because earlier this week, a report came out that Bloomberg actually intercepted from the UN saying that the UN is gonna mandate that countries around the world limit how much meat is eaten by its citizens. You believe that shit? That is a hill to die on. I will never accept living in a country that mandates how much meat you're limited to eating in a given day. This is why they're trying to slow walk the stuff like CBDC in, because they're gonna monitor how much, say, gas you buy, how much meat you buy, and cut you off from your stupid CBDC coins if you reach your limit of meat or gas in a given day. I'll explain to you the global pecking order of power right now. So, you know, the UN is the one you'll hear about a lot that distributes these laws throughout the world, and the government slowly pick them up. But above the UN, it's the NGOs, and then above the NGOs, it's the donors, the biggest donors specifically. So that's how these organizations get pushed around. The governments of the world get pushed around by the UN gets pushed around by the NGOs, and the NGOs gets pushed around by the biggest donors. And who might the biggest donors be? I'm sure you've heard these names before. Bill Gates, George Soros, people like that. And then why are they suddenly saying that we could only eat a certain amount of meat in a given day when we know for a fact that we've been able to clone animals since the 90s? So why are they saying that we won't have enough meat to feed the entire population in the future? Think about any vegans you know in your life. How are they? Are they an aggressive person, or are they more of a passive, docile person that complies with what people say? I say that's what the government wants. They want to create a bunch of soft, beta, doughboy bitches that don't eat meat, that are flabby and tired and docile and will listen to orders. That is what they're trying to do with this. But this is the hill that we have to die on. I cannot stress this enough. I'm not going to live in a world where I can't eat as much meat as I want in a given day. Are you kidding me? This is where you have to literally stop what you're doing and fight like hell to make sure this never happens. Cannot stress this enough. There's no greater enemy right now than this globalist, George Soros, WEF, Klaus Schwab initiative. Speaking of enemies, Patrick Bet-David, our CEO, releasing his book right now, Choose Your Enemies Wisely. I know who my enemy is. Find out who your enemy should be. You could find it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Audible, VT.com, pretty much anywhere. So definitely get yourself a copy when it's available on December 5th. And something you need to know, in 2036, I'm going to be president of the United States.